Thanks for tuning in to Campaigns of the Plains channel. Catch new material every Friday on YouTube and make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Now, on with the show.
And welcome to episode 24 of Campaign 2 of Campaigns of the Plains. So I don't know if you guys watched that last episode, but you should, because there's some things in this episode that are going to be going down that are pretty important. So if you're jumping in and now, not a really good time. Go back and watch other episodes. Speaking of going back and watching other things...
Or be a savage and spoil things for yourself day one.
Yeah. I mean, you can if you want. Thanks for ruining my segue, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's what I do. That's my job.
Anyway, speaking of going back and watching past things, by now our one-shot Humblewood should be airing with special guest DM Travis. So he'll be DMing a special Humblewood one-shot that you should go check out.
It was amazing and fun. And
yeah, so much fun. We're all adorable.
It was the cutest thing I've
ever seen.
Cutest
thing in the world.
Pretty adorable.
Definitely really adorable.
Yeah,
I can't believe you all did that.
Well, don't worry, I'm gonna play a badger, an angry badger.
And Travis made sure that there was music, there was lights, there was effects.
I think I have one about halfway through.
The costume that Travis was wearing fit in with the story so well.
Yeah.
I'm not cutting it. I'm sorry, Travis.
Good.
No, that's fine.
I feel like at this point there's a scroll that says, "This has yet to be filmed."
Yeah.
And you're just really excited about it.
Anyway, go check that out. Also, we have other things that you can check out as well if you're just getting into D&D. We also have Campaign 1 of D&D, which was a lead-off from one of the Curse of Strahd one-shots that our characters had on that.
Campaign book, not one-shot.
Well, yeah, anyway.
We played it for 3 years, so it was not a one-shot.
It's not a one-shot at that point.
It was a pocket dimension one-shot.
One 3-year shot.
Yeah, just one, though. And then also our Monster of the Week episode, Season 1 is done there, as well as a whole bunch of other one-shots that we've done in a separate murder mystery style universe, so go and check those out on YouTube. Also, they are on any podcast place that you can really find. Apple Music, Spotify, just wherever you get your podcasts, we're there. And new episodes of our D&D launch every Friday on YouTube. And the next Wednesday, we launch our previous Friday episode on podcast. So make sure to check that out, guys. We appreciate it. Wants to recap what happened last time.
I don't even think I participated.
I got it. My note title. Now, there's like 2 episodes worth of notes here. Because what was the last episode? Just the combat, right?
Yep.
Well, combat. Notes. Combat happened. But the title of my overall notes is Weird Cinnamon. If you watched last episode, 2 episodes ago, you know why. Okay. My first note. Pop the Pus Priest. That's it.
Is that anything like Puff the Magic Dragon?
It could be. Say that 3 times fast. Pop the Pus Priest.
No, we already do enough adult things on here.
What do you mean? The whole episode where we were in the cubbyhole?
No, that wasn't an adult episode at all.
No, not at all.
No, adult would be more like the unaired Halloween episode.
That one.
I swore. I had a lot of fun, okay? It was a lot of fun, okay?
It was.
We'll tell you about it.
No, we won't.
Yeah.
My second note, embrace the chaos, with a giant exclamation point that is bigger than all the other letters. And then it has subcategories. I put sub-indents in there.
She's outlining her own notes.
Mm-hmm.
Summon the dark power void. Figure in dark armor. has a sweet ass cape. Maximum violence. That's the next note. Next note, proceeding. Big boy summon name, and then an arrow that's doing this. Golbez. And every letter is in print except for the Z. Because the Z, the cursive Z hits different.
It's the sexiest.
And then, next note, Becky down. Next note, Ellie down. Next note, maximum violence, Golbez. Next note, Asher's dead.
What?
What?
Relation of things right there that just
It did really happen that fast, though.
without
It wasn't within one
context,
round.
It sounds like
We're back on our
Ellie
jobs.
just killed Ash.
You're not wrong.
I just thought we were bad at playing our jobs.
And then after that, I made the face that's going.
Shot Pikachu face.
And then
Wolf face?
I made
Oh.
another arrow, but there's nothing written there because I was too stressed. She was too stunned to speak. Okay, that's it. That's all I got, guys.
Alright. Anybody wanna?
Travis, would you want to tell us what really happened?
Yeah, so we went to Garuda's temple to try and save Garuda, but then we met the priest who exploded, and out of him crawled a creature with tentacles for a mouth and unleashed his vile snake creatures on us from the pus-covered walls. We bravely fought off their advances, but not without a few members of our party falling, one of which did not get up. When all was said and done, we had won, but Asher was still laying on the ground, unmoving. We opened the barricaded doors, and Asher's mom rushed in and opened a portal to her workshop where she ushered us in with Asher's body, where we attempted to revive our slain comrade. And after some successful rolls, we waited upon Asher's decision if he would join the living or stay with the dead.
And then Eric made us wait a whole week in real time, not in pretend time, because sometimes it's pretend time.
Pretend times 3 years.
Oh, but you know what's worse is we're gonna fucking make them wait too.
Oh
yeah.
Suck it. Well,
We
you
went-
already
you
did
know what?
suck it, but you know.
You guys did your waiting,
Stop
and now
saying
it's
suck
time.
Making me uncomfortable. And a little confused.
A little excited, a little
Yeah, a
confused.
little like appalled but excited.
Gross, where?
What? Do what? Okay.
But yes, so, you guys are all in, the Atelier. There were 2 successes back to back for attempts at, aiding Asher's mom and bringing him back from death. There were 2 fails after that. And it all came down to Milos' role, and it was a success. But some things are happening at the same time that this is going on. Asher, we come back to you. You are in what feels like your father's forge. You hear familiar clang, timed clangs of hammer upon steel, the dunking of hot metal into water, and then the bellows raising the fire back to life. Feel the warm sun on your neck as you open your eyes, and there is somebody working in the forge, somewhat familiar from the back. But as they turn to go back to work at the anvil, you look to the side and you see that this man's face, you might have assumed was your father, while very closely appearing to be your father, is not your father. He's an older man, much older than your father, somewhat similar hair and facial features, but difference as well. This gentleman has a long silver beard tied with a cord of leather and one piece of gold that's been stamped in the center and hanging off. He's got a very Smith build, large shoulders and arms, And he turns to you and says, didn't think to be seeing you so soon.
Who are you? Where am I? This isn't Garuda's temple.
Is that where you were? He goes kind of back to his work, hammering on this piece of metal, and he says, did you live a good life, Asher?
Tried, it was hard, but just started to become myself. I just was getting out of the world. It was good, it was short.
He kind of stops and looks up at the sky and kind of wipes the sweat from his brow. He says, who were you with when you were in the temple?
Guess they're my friends. I met them a few days ago, trying to save Dadalon.
It was a very noble goal. Have you learned a lot in your time growing up?
There's always more to learn.
That's fair. And he pounds a couple more times, pulls whatever piece of metal that he's working on, and dunks it into the water, kind of surveys it a little bit more. Finally turns towards you so you can see his full figure. For a minute there, it looks like he's really close to your father in facial structure again, and I swear maybe it was an older version of your dad. And he finally takes his gloves off and sets them down on the anvil, and he walks over to you. This man's pretty tall, much taller than your father was, or is, rather, and he has to kind of bend down to see you eye to eye, even though you're pretty tall yourself. And he says, well, just like the metals we forge, seems like you're just in the tempering stage of your life's work. But, and he kind of points off into the distance, and there's a bigger sheet of metal that's been polished. And you now see as an image starts to appear on this sheet of metal, and you can see now into your mother's atelier, and she is with hands pressed to table, your body there laying upon the table, motionless, breath. Friends around the table, seemingly offering what they can to try to coax you back. And you hear them. They're long ways away. Barely make out what they're saying. And he says, it's like your friends are trying to call you back, but you've had a hard life so far. There's no reason that you can't stay with me in the forge.
They need me. We were just getting started. We have to finish it. They need me.
Everybody needs somebody, Asher. But this is your choice. Just because you're gone doesn't mean they'll stop remembering you.
For that. You need me.
I understand how you feel. And he places a hand on your shoulder, and you can feel, while it's a very heavy and calloused hand, it is full of warmth and love. And you now look into his eyes. They're almost a silvery blue, and he looks into your face with quite a bit of love, and he says, there are people here that love you too. And he smiles and says, bet your dad didn't talk much about me.
You know Dad, he's a top.
Fair. Kind of like his mother. And he says, wouldn't mind a helping hand at the forge. Friends are strong. They could handle it if you'd like. I'm not telling you what to do one way or another, but choices. And he stands up and he goes full height now, and he kind of laughs and says, that's the kind of grandson that I was hoping would be raised. And he reaches around you and gives you a real big hug, and then he kind of holds your arms like, and he says, make me proud. He gives you a push towards that polished piece of metal, and the rest of you see as Asher's body finally comes springing back to life with a deep, raspy voice.
Poppy starts licking his face. Making the cat noise.
And Asher, you see now as your vision starts to come back, all your friends around the table, and your mom with tears in her eyes. And she just hugs you and starts kissing you all over your face. And then she holds you at arm's length, and she wipes away some of the tears, and she points at you and says, don't ever do that to me again.
I'll try not.
Yeah, I slap his thigh, and I'm like, yeah, don't scare us like that. God.
Just there still, right?
So,
Poppy does the little cat scramble up around your shoulder.
those of you who contributed items, of course, those items were spent as part of this ritual to bring Asher back to life.
Except for Poppy.
Except for Poppy.
But she is forever dedicated to you.
We were like this before.
You've bonded.
Yep. So, your mom now starts trying to do what she can to heal you.
Oh, no.
And you see...
I got it.
You see now as Alexi and Alexis come in from one of the side rooms as they had been in the actual like mansion area and were fetching like blankets and other things that she might have needed, some wound bandaging. And Alexi says, "Oh, do not worry, Alexis will help."
I can help.
That's pretty kind, but you all look rather rough, and while we had to do some fighting on the outside, we
My body hurts.
perfectly fine.
And she just like tackles you with hugs. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna have to send you or resummon you.
So Ellie clings to Asher. Is anybody else welcoming Asher back?
I am taking notes.
Oh, okay.
People don't know about this.
You did.
Never left.
I mean, he was, but the him that he was before the he is now. You're still the you that you were before.
Oh,
Just
exactly. Woozy. From the loss of blood?
I just like take your hands or your face in my hands and squish your cheeks. Don't die again. I forbid it.
Okay.
I was very sad.
Me too.
I mean, that's fair. I just met you and I don't want to lose you. You're my friend.
That's sweet. You are also someone I know.
Poppy likes you.
I love Poppy.
Is there anybody who doesn't?
But if you don't love Poppy.
Get out.
I would, as soon as Ellie is done smothering Asher, I would come up behind him and like put my arm around him and just like a brotherly, like, it's good to have you back. Not like too affectionate. Bro hug. Yeah, a bro hug, like.
Give me that Christian side hug.
yeah, like.
An incredibly huggy and affectionate, full body hug.
Oh.
Ellie only has
your mother
one
is
switch.
as well, so you've got like people hanging on to you. So
You don't need all of this all up in your face.
Let's hope that the trials aren't as dangerous as whatever the hell this just was.
That was the trial.
No? Okay. They're different every time. So I can't deny that it was a trial. Can't confirm it was a trial either. So it could have been. I feel like we were tried very difficultly.
I feel tried and convicted.
Ellie, you would definitely know that Cloister Trials is further in.
But the trials are further in, and like they are also very dangerous, and anyone could die. And I don't know if we can have that happen again and have this outcome. So I would just recommend not dying.
Well, seeing as most of you are looking pretty rough, do we have...
Alexis has actually been ritually casting a spell at the moment, so she's got you guys covered this time around here, so, or at least with a little bit. So
Becky almost died, and I almost died, and Asher did die, and the trials might be harder than that was.
wasn't able to give you much, but you all do gain back, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, each of you gains back, let's see, that's 8 plus 6, so 14 HP. She was able to help you guys out with.
Can I, like, give mine to someone else? Because I don't need any healing.
Oh,
I don't know how that works.
it'd have to be up to 6 creatures, so it'd have to be a different one. She's using Prayer of Healing.
What about the page's pet? He needs healing, doesn't he? He's asleep. He's sleeping.
Dead sleep?
No, he's not dead. He's just sleeping.
He's not dirt nap sleep, but
And I would like to remind every one of you that you all have a good berry that will give everyone 1 HP. I don't know if I remember that. I told you that when I gave you the fruit. I think maybe I just gave you fruit.
You just gave everyone fruit.
Okay,
Yeah,
the fruit
I thought
that
it
I
was
gave
like a
you is
weird thing.
magical fruit for the next day, and it will revive you by 1 hit point, or whoever's mouth you just ram it into. Make them chew. You gotta make them chew, though. And then
Usually when you put it in, you don't want teeth.
well, it's a berry, so the pop is great.
Oh, it's all about that first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get them juices.
It really just
Mhm.
an emotional thing.
No, but
Just
it'll
flood their mouth,
it's
you
the-
said?
it'll heal you, but just a little bit, like enough so you don't die and so you can run away, but not enough so that you can not die and keep fighting. You know.
Well,
Lynn already ate both of hers that I don't have anymore. Oh.
Cut it in.
Jam.
Good berry jam.
The Smucker's kid. So after Alexis finishes this prayer of healing, everybody is rejoicing at having Asher back. Suddenly there's a shift in the room, and all of a sudden it almost feels like the room itself moves under your feet, and you kind of have to catch whatever is near you, and there's this loud banging sound coming from the door. And you see now as Asher's mom looks to the door and is wide-eyed,
Isn't this your magical pocket space?
it is, and
Shouldn't it be safe?
it should be.
We're fucked.
Suddenly there's this sound like a hurricane storm hitting shutters in a window.
That's Garuda. Oh no.
How is that Garuda?
Well, that's the Garuda's ability, right? The wind.
You would know more than
Yeah.
us. Don't know why you're asking us for confirmation.
Because I'm not confident in myself.
You should stop. You should stop.
I'm going to use a second level slot and convert it into 2 Enochian points
How do you look? Healing.
upon hearing this.
I'm a fifth of the person I used to be.
Okay. I come back up to you and I touch. I grab your face again and I touch my forehead to your forehead because it's a physical spell, touch spell, and touch verbal. And she says, "I need you to not die because it made me really sad. Okay?" And then I heal you. I'm using at 3rd level Cure Wounds.
Oh, hopefully we don't need that later.
Ooh. 18 health.
Sweet.
There's
About
another
half a person.
boom at the door. It sounds like the wind shifted outside, and the door begins to creak.
We should probably. That might not be good.
You can hear the wood of the door straining against the pressure outside. The metal of the hinges on this magical door are starting to creak.
Can I hold a spell for when it bursts open to cast Ray of Frost?
Certainly can.
Shit.
I'm gonna look at Poppy and I'm gonna say, "I need you to keep Asher safe," and I'm gonna Aether Pact.
Okay.
So it'll take half damage. She'll take half damage.
Half of my damage.
Again, another boom at the door, and this time, this magical red door splinters in ever so slightly, and you can feel this gust of wind coming through the small hole that it has made. This is a magical space. This door is just a representation into this pocket dimension.
I think your pocket's gonna break, man.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've never had this happen, so I have no idea.
If it
How to
breaks
stop
while
it.
we're in here, what happens to us?
Pocket dimension closes and we all go tumbling out.
Actually, that's great. I'm glad that, honestly, there's worse things that could happen.
Well, we
don't
could
think
get
I have
trapped
time to
inside of
prepare
the
anything,
space.
so I'm just gonna have pistol at the ready.
I'm looking at my spells to prep.
Alright. And I will give everybody, we'll call it 1 round to prepare
Well, I already used
Whoa.
mine
to
because I
do something.
cured Asher. Had Poppy protect him.
Yep, so we'll give you guys 2 rounds. 2 actions that you can prepare before.
How far away from this door that's about to break open are we?
You guys are most 10, 15 feet.
Okay. I will look at Asher and look at the door and just try and mind meld for a second and basically be like, do you think we can hold the door essentially? And try and gauge your reaction off of that.
Hold the door. Hold the door.
Yes. That's what I'm trying to ask.
I gesture to the door and gesture to you and like, should we? Do
Let's try.
you think it'll do anything?
All it's gonna do is break. Hold it or break it. Do we rush up?
I guess I will rush up and try and hold this door from breaking.
Right. Both of you make me, we'll say athletics checks.
21.
That's a 12.
12 and a 21. What are the rest of you doing? Whip, okay. You just have your pistol ready?
Yeah, I don't have enough time to make anything, so.
Okay. And Becky has her spell ready, so.
Did I use both? Those were both. Yeah, because that's an action.
Yep. You see as Asher's mom reaches underneath the table and grabs a satchel of something before grabbing her sword and readying it for action. And you see Alexi and Alexis both stand at the guard, ready to cast spells as well. There's one more thud against the door, and the two of you are on either sides trying to hold this door shut. And Asher, you hold steady, but Milos, you see through the one crack that had formed at about your eye level, the door is beginning to split down the middle, and it pushes you back. The door splits in half, and all of you go tumbling out back into the foyer of the temple. There is nobody in sight that you can see, mostly because it is hard to see in this temple, as there is almost gale force winds whipping about this temple. There are a number of braziers that have tipped over, and torches and other things not tied down, seats, pews. Everything that hasn't been tied down is whipping around in a circular motion around the small space around you, and you just hear this cackle. It is a feminine voice, and it kind of gurgles when it cackles. And it doesn't seem to be coming from any particular direction, but the outside of this gale force that is surrounding you.
Hi! Who's there?
Come to me, mortals.
Ah,
How do they feel like I qualify? I want to. Okay, can I get like any bearing? Like if maybe close to a wall or a pillar of some sort.
We'll just use the aura if you're on the map there. That you guys are on roll 20, and we will say that is the farthest that you can see within this whirlwind that is moving around you. Move everybody in here. That bug, he's not part of the group. I think he's the one that actually took Ellie down last time. So
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, you can kind of make out a few of the pillars that are around you. You see a wall off to your side as well. Most of it is pillars or open area.
Is that totem?
That black thing, yeah, it's a totem.
I want to try and like get my
Thanks, roll 20.
Sounds fun.
No, it's fine, definitely.
Yeah.
dude.
We need to defeat her and get to the crystal like we did with Titan. It's Garuda. I mean, I'm guessing. Garuda? Come, mortals.
I can't. It won't let me do it.
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
I want to move behind this pillar right into my front right.
Okay, I got
Can't
you.
move it.
That's fine. You might need to refresh your page. Sometimes that works.
Hey, Pedge, refresh.
But the scale force opens up, and you can see now, further back into the temple, just a small wind tunnel that opens up and allows you to move forward deeper into the temple.
Are you guys ready for the trial? With a little bit more added danger? Spicy now, right? It's spicy. It'll be fun. Yeah, that makes jokes.
I'm fucking tired of this place. Let's beat this bitch.
Okay, I like Becky's standing on this. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys are moving back towards the doors to the Cloister of Trials. You've seen these doors, similar to the ones that you moved so easily through back during your time investigating Titan's area. As you approach these doors, they open up for you, and there is almost a fog that's kind of tumbling out of them. You can't see beyond the fog. You hear that whisper again, "Come, mortals, come into my domain."
She's really anxious. She really wants to mess with us. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm just nervous.
Well, don't be.
I don't. Okay.
Yeah, just stall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're fine.
I'm brave. Yes.
Yes, you are.
Very brave.
And you can summon.
I can summon. Except for I can't, because I can only do it twice per day, and I have now done it twice. So
Never mind, you cannot summon.
all we got is Poppy
That's
now.
great.
That's all we got right now is Poppy.
Alright.
Are you ready to fight, girl?
She can.
Good.
Good. I think we're off to a fantastic start. What does everyone else think, huh?
Something.
Great. I love the enthusiasm. Let's go die together.
You have to stay positive. We're gonna live. If you put it out in the world, it'll happen.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure in my confidence in all of your survival rates upon death, but so far, me and Dasha have a pretty good track record of this whole thing.
And you two are first.
How can we possibly hear each other over these gale-force rings around us?
We
Yeah.
have those earrings over there that are just right there.
Yep.
Well,
Link pearls, except
She
for
doesn't.
yeah.
she don't.
I've got really good hearing.
She doesn't get those big ears.
She grew them herself.
I grew them myself.
So you guys are moving past the fog then.
Yep. Yep.
So you move on past the fog.
Let's see the next room we die in.
Hey, is this making you wake from this fog?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good.
It's not any fog. It's the weird magical fog.
Did she breathe it, or I don't know if she tasted it, or
Maybe
breathed
both.
it.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It doesn't taste like anything. I start looking.
Oh my god.
So, and it's cotton candy flavored. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
As you
Candyland.
step through the fog, you now step out onto this piece of land. As you look beyond, it is floating in the sky. There are a number of other small little platform areas that are also floating in the sky.
Can anyone fly?
Some of us can.
I mean, you can fly, and you can fly. Can you fly the rest of us?
Is it?
I don't know about that.
Am I seeing? There's still like a lot of winds, right? Like a super high wind.
They are on the outside of these areas that are floating around. In the distance, these areas are kind of tiered as they kind of go up a little bit further each time. You look out among these islands. You are up in the sky, perhaps 150, 200 feet.
I hope no one's afraid of heights.
Can I pick up a rock, like, in the nearby vicinity and just, like, toss it off the side? Just to see where it goes.
Yeah, so you pick up a pebble off the ground here, and it starts to fall. Then it's kind of caught by the wind a little bit and swept to the side, but it keeps on dropping.
It doesn't go in, like, a spiral or anything, or go to the side, just go straight down.
No, it kind of gets pulled a little to the side by the winds. Kind of moves from side to side as the gusts come up, which you kind of have to keep your footing up here a little bit as the winds do kind of gust every once in a while and threaten to throw you off of this island.
I'll go up to Toby and I command him back into his staff form.
Okay?
So he's with me.
I think you did that before you went into the Atelier anyway.
Well, if I didn't, it was really crowded in there, but
Yeah, we'll say that you did because you wouldn't have been able to fit into that space.
oh, okay. Well, cool. Anyway, I have my stink staff.
Okay. Anybody else?
It seemed like there might be gusts that could carry a person.
Go ahead and make me a nature check.
Ben Franklin over here trying to
Trying to fly a kite in this weather.
Oh, well, fuck you. That dead stopped it. Alright, well, that's not very good. That's only a 9.
9.
Winds are dangerous. The only ones that you're really feeling at the moment are ones that are trying to push across you.
How close are the islands together?
Not very. They're from your height that you're at. The bottom of the next islands that you can see are maybe only about 10 feet from you, but Going up to the next tier, they're about 20 to 25 feet up.
Is this something that is this what the trial looked like when I came here last time?
No, you were very much well inside more of a labyrinth type area.
Well, I think we should jump.
See, that was my thought, but I can't really tell if these winds would actually carry us.
Bye.
Un momento.
Discord just crashed. We're back.
Not yet. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
What were you gonna say before you guys cut out? We didn't catch any of that.
We were talking about it's flying, and he cannot carry anyone.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, you might be strong enough to carry someone in.
But what if we jump? Flying people.
That's actually a good idea, because at least you can recover. Or end up getting swept away because you have your wings, and then you will just be gone.
I'm gonna jump in.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump in.
I appreciate the
It looks like fun to me.
So on which island are you? Just straight ahead, right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right up.
So you see as Din now takes a running start and unfurls her wings and leaps from the edge of this island. And Din, I think you can make me an athletics check.
I'm so excited she has wings. Smart.
Go ahead and roll me athletics.
11.
11. So you immediately get swept to the right about 40 feet as a wind gust comes up and pushes you immediately to the right. Go ahead and make me a perception check real quick.
Oh, 20. Okay.
So you look, and the direction that from which you got pushed, you see something else on the outer ring of these winds that are circling these islands, flying there.
Wait, where?
It'd be off kind of in. Let's see if I can ping it. Off to the left of the map there. Kind of to ping.
I don't see what it is.
It just looks like there's a figure flying in the distance.
So I just follow
Like back here.
Okay.
Right now, you're flying midair
I will shout to the group for someone over that direction.
to the west of where you guys are at.
Go get it. Am I just floating there?
Yeah, you're trying to combat the speed of the wind that's coming at you now. Seems to be emanating from this figure.
So, if I were to not struggle, which way would be? Or
Push you off to the right.
that island?
Yeah, that island is actually up, again, about 25 feet. So you would crash into the side of it if you didn't struggle.
I'll try up.
Go ahead and roll me athletics. 22. So you move across, and as you start to push your way to the right, you get blasted again from in front of you as you stop fighting the blast of air that's coming from the left side. You're blasted from the right, the direction that you're heading, and you see another figure similar to the first.
Can I, stay on this island, or?
So you haven't made it quite to the
Oh.
island yet.
Okay.
So you try to move to the right, and something pushes you back. And you guys can see these jet streams of wind, buffeting against Din as she's trying to fight with all her strength to stay in the air.
Well, that tells me jumping might not be a good idea.
Would I, looking at this tempest that is blowing throughout this space, is there anything familiar about this from, back home at the cliffs, catching jet streams or anything like that, where you might be able to glide to where you need to go?
Maybe if this was normal wind. You've had coastal winds, but this would be flying into tropical winds.
Okay.
Din, because of her strength, is able to just barely keep herself floating where she is, as she is flapping her wings ferociously against the wind that is buffeting her.
Okay.
But does anybody want to make a perception check, since you guys are off to the left, to see what Din was talking about?
Sure.
Fuck it. I missed some of it.
What's that?
I
Yeah?
don't see any.
Oh, I have a +7. Okay, let's see if I roll decent. boss ever been at the party.
Natural one.
She's holding her ears over
You're
her
trying
eyes.
to keep.
No. She's holding her ears over her eyes like this, and she's like, "Where did your ears go?"
All right. Anybody else? Milos, were you looking?
I was probably keeping an eye on Din.
Okay.
I did roll a natural 18. Perception. That's a dirty 20.
30-20. So you and Marquise notice that there is a figure floating in the jet stream where Din had said, hey, there's something over there. And as you kind of squint to look into the distance, you see what looks to be this feminine figure, but with these massive feathered wings behind her. She has feathered green hair that is going back, and no, I apologize. She has feathered red hair streaming back, and her feathers are this dark crimson red as she has these clawed, taloned hands and feet. Feet just like a rock's feet, where there are these giant taloned feet. And she has small wing-like extremities coming from both her legs and the backs of her arms as well. But she is seemingly whipping these winds with her clawed talons in the direction of Din at the moment. Din, go ahead and make me a perception check. Did you say 20? So in front of you, you see a figure as well. This one, similar in appearance to the first one that I just described, but her feathers are of a blue mixture, and her hair is blue as well, back in the same style. And she is whipping winds, and she's pushing them towards you, and you're barely buffeting, trying to keep yourself where you are. And you notice she kind of peers and looks up for a moment, as she was focused on you, but it seems like something has caught her attention. So you look up, you now see a bigger version of this figure in front of you. She is more grotesque in figuration to the creature that's in front of you. Somewhat similar, but there are a number of these giant boils all over her body, and you see a crazed look in her eye, and she has this kind of green coloration, like a sickly, like yellowish green, and she is whipping winds, almost gathering them, clawing them out of the air. She is straight above you, and she looks like she's about to push down.
Oh, try and move from that area.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
No. 9.
9. So the rest of you see as Din begins to fall from the air, unable to unfurl her wings.
Are you wondering what your favorite wacky nerds are up to? Search for Campaigns of the Plains on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and make sure to follow and like us to keep up with all our content and news. You might also find exclusive content for fans only. Remember to catch us on YouTube every Friday at noon for a new episode of Campaigns of the Plains.
Becky unfurls her wings and, okay, DM, is there a direction that the wind predominantly is whipping towards me where I can run into it to catch a huge draft of wind and fill my wings to get there any quicker?
I would say the direction that you were told that there was a figure off to your left from Marquise and Milos. She is still whipping wind in that general direction, so they kind of point her out towards you, and just like back home at the cliffs, it all comes back to you in a moment, and you're pretty sure if you catch this and unfurl your wings at the right moment, probably catch enough wind to maybe catch her.
Alright, well, Becky unfurls her onyx wings and starts running to try and catch Din.
As the rest of you see as Becky suddenly unfurls
Are we all acting at once?
jet black wings. Sure.
Okay.
You wanted to do something?
What kind of checks have you been making? Dexterity checks? Yes.
No.
No?
Nope. They've been strength checks.
Strength checks?
Yep.
Okay, as Becky runs by, I touch her on the back, and I cast Enhance Ability, and I give you Bull Strength.
Nice.
So you have advantage on strength checks, and your carrying capacity doubles.
Just in time
Nice.
to be able to carry.
I'm literally like, wait, and I'm gonna grab you.
Be strong like bull.
Be strong like bull. So, anybody else want to do anything before Becky goes jumping off the cliff? You have like a split second to decide.
That lasts for an hour, by the way.
Nice, thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So you touch Becky and you see the muscles throughout her shoulders and the rest of her body begin to bulge with an imbued strength as she unfurls these black wings and begins to run off of this cliff. And you see the rest of you, because Becky's a little, I would say, preoccupied with what's happening now. The markings that some of you have seen on Becky, the tattoos, they now begin to glow in this purplish arcane light, and they spread out from her wings, turning them from draconic appearance, almost devilish in appearance, bat-like, as would say, but they reach along the bones that would hold her wings, and also imbue you with strength as well.
She's strong.
You have advantage on stealth saving throws for the next 10 minutes. Sorry, strength. Strength.
I was going to say stealth save? I've never heard of a stealth
My bad.
save.
Strength, sorry.
Strunk.
Upon seeing the figure, I want to point out to Elspeth, ask if are these who we're looking for?
But I recognize the smaller ones as well. Like, I know the big one's Garuda. We've met Garuda, but do I know who the smaller ones are?
Go ahead and make me a
Religion?
history check.
Religion?
History or religion? I'll allow either.
Religion. Okay.
It's on the tip of your tongue, but like you're busy focusing on your spell and
What? Oh, Garuda's around here somewhere. That's like a baby Garuda? That doesn't feel right, but I think it might be her baby?
I'm trained in history. Can I? Oh, sorry, religion. Can I try?
yeah, you can also.
I think baby's right.
That's an 18.
Mini Garuda. Big
Big
Garuda's around
So
here somewhere.
the one that you see, Milos, you squint a little bit to kind of catch the features, and you're like, baby Garuda, that's not right. No, this is Suparna, Garuda's younger sister.
I just grab Ellie on the side of her shoulder and say, "Oh, honey, no, that's not her baby. That's her sister."
Well, she's got two of those, though. Shit.
Yeah,
So do we?
I mean, the other one's probably around here somewhere.
Do we need to fight all three, or is there?
I think we have to kill the babies first.
You mean the sisters?
Yeah. What? The sisters. Yeah, there's two of them. So
Alright.
if that one's here,
Okay, fine. If
Then-
that's the case,
wait,
which one?
well,
Which one's
and we should
closer?
probably keep them away from Garuda?
One second. Becky is off of the cliff now. Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
That is going to be a 19.
So, with a speed that you haven't gone in a very long time, and with almost a crashing of your body against Din's, you managed to catch her, somewhat oddly, but enough to the point where she, is caught for sure. But you do feel the winds pushing both from your back, but now you feel a change in the wind pushing you back the direction you came, and one trying to buffet you down to the forest below.
Okay.
But with a 19, you fight against it, and you would be able to come back and land on the island that you currently were at.
Okay.
With Din?
With it, yes.
Goodbye, okay. I was just like, oh.
Don't mention that, bitch.
Are you okay?
Are you guys going over to them?
Yeah.
Precariously.
It seems like when you guys move over that Suparna is watching you, but not really doing anything. She could easily shift the gale to knock you off of this platform, but it seems like she chooses not to.
Hey, come fight us, bitch!
What?
I'm just like looking at, just
No,
staring at her.
thanks.
I put it. I'll make sure I'm putting out both the other ones. I saw them both,
Mhm.
And then the big one.
So you point them out. Milos, with your earlier check, you're like, okay, yep, so Suparna's over there. The other one's name is Sharada.
That one's that one.
Okay, we can see Garuda though.
She's just floating like probably 100 feet above you guys.
I don't suppose there's a way we can reason with these two.
Not if they're corrupted.
Could-
Do they have plus anything like that?
They did not.
So, I mean, if they're not corrupted, then maybe they know that something's wrong and we can reason with them to help us.
Maybe. Hey, Garuda, you met us earlier? You remember?
Maybe not Garuda.
Hey, we're here to help you.
Ellie, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
Fuck me.
Everyone?
Nope.
No, just oh.
20, 30.
So, as you scream up through this, through the winds here, at Garuda, you see as she reaches up and seems to physically manifest this air into her fist and send it flying down at you with an alacrity that's blinding. And you just barely manage to dodge out of the way as this pinpoint of wind energy kicks through the island and burrows a hole probably about 3 feet deep into the ground where you once stood.
I don't think we can reason with them.
Maybe not with Garuda, maybe with her sisters?
That's what I was asking.
Oh, well, it's somebody else's turn. I tried.
Well, I was gonna say that you were the expert here, but
No, I'm not.
apparently Milos.
I didn't even know that they were her sisters until Milos reminded me.
I mean, we can certainly try and parlay with them. I don't know how receptive they'll be, but they're not attacking us as of now, and
On this island.
they could easily have blown us off by now.
Okay, fine, whatever. I don't know which. Which one is closest to us here?
That would be Sharada.
Okay. I'm gonna just shout at Sharada then. We are here to try and save Garuda from corruption. Is there aid you can provide? Please.
That's very good. Good diplomacy.
I do not know how to talk to these people.
So
They're usually not here.
you make this plea into the air, and you see now both Sharada and Suparna are pointing back closer to the stone that you guys see, the tunnel where you had come from. And you hear in all of your minds the summoner and her guardians as it echoes between two voices must pass the cloisters.
Oh, shit.
Well, what does that mean?
I don't know. Last time I was here was a maze. It's probably still a maze. It's just a windy platform maze. Maybe. I'm not good at puzzles. That's why I failed the first time.
Wait, it's not combat.
No, it's a puzzle. It's always a puzzle. Okay,
Well,
just
That
mind
actually bodes much better than I was
mind
expecting.
challenge or something.
Okay, so then we just need to wait. We just need to get from here to the other island.
To the crystal, which is probably on the other side, I guess. Wait, did you see the other?
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Oh, shit.
No blue. I gotta see it.
That'd be 25.
You said what? Perception?
Yep.
24.
Anybody else?
6 for both of us.
Oh, 18?
19.
19. Okay, so the three of you now look beyond at the word where you're looking for, crystal, and you see on the furthest island back, there is a glint, a small glimmer of green light shining in the distance.
That's it. Right there. Do you see it? I start pointing.
Okay. I start throwing rocks and watching where they float.
As soon as, you toss it off of the island itself, Sharada, who's the nearest to you, sends a blast of air and it catches this rocket. Makes it zoom off into the distance.
Okay. Can I...
Reese told me once that you can't complete the trials if you aren't brave. So maybe we just jump. But you didn't jump the right way. You didn't know which way to jump. So jump that way now. I point towards the way the crystal is. For real? Here, carry me.
Really? Let's do it. You're twice my size.
I'm up on you. They're not heavy.
Do you see his face?
Okay. So you
I don't want
Grab
to
Ellie.
excuse.
and you jump off. I need you to make me an athletics check. At disadvantage.
Oh, holy shit.
It's in that one, isn't it?
Already bad. It's already bad.
Is it a nat 1? So, you
This is a
drag
good idea, too.
Ellie
Welcome
off
to campaign
the-
3.
The rest of you watch as Suparna and Sharada both, like, ready wind to sweep them away. But you hear a boom. And you look up and you see as Garuda now has sent this downburst of air. They are gone. They
Failed the trial again.
they
Once again, Becky looks over the edge and rolls her eyes and just jumps. She's going after them.
So at the speed, Becky, you know wind. You start to fall and spread your wings, but with 2 bodies and equipment's worth of weight falling with a back force, they are falling faster than you would be able to catch them. And
Okay.
I need you to make me an athletics check as you do so.
Okay.
Just turn that.
Natural 20.
Oh, shit.
So as Sharada attempts to blow you off course, you're able to fight the wind and still be going down. But it looks like Suparna is looking at, like, in your general direction with disdain and is whipping up a wind as well to try to blow you off course. But these 2 are falling. They are falling fast. Suddenly, they're gone.
Yeah.
The rest of you on the island see now as Din and Ellie appear about 15 feet up from the island itself, and they come and they smack down onto the ground in front of the cave where
I just
you
stand
would
up and I
begin.
start.
You both
That was a bad idea.
take 6 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall.
Oh.
Could we have had a reaction to like try and save one of them, or were they too far away, or?
They were gone below your eye level
I save.
before, like,
I save on
Oh.
my concentration.
okay. But yeah, Becky, they just disappear magically.
Oh,
That was a bad idea. Anyone else better at thinking than both of us?
Does this make it your 3rd attempt?
Becky, as you kind of fly down towards where they were to investigate,
I'm not a good summoner.
the rest
but
of
I'm
you
the one
see
you
now
have.
as Becky appears, but she is flying and she kind of catches herself as she, like, looks around and is like, what the hell? As she appears above where you guys had entered now.
Well, jumping off won't kill us, so we've learned something.
Well, you got hurt, didn't you?
But I didn't die.
Yet.
Was sort of fun.
It was
Pretty
actually
red
kind
right
of fun.
there, anyways.
I might have tinkled a little bit, but it was pretty fun.
Becky, go ahead and make me a perception check as you are flying rather, about 10 feet off the ground.
8.
As you're looking at these idiots, and I'm sure that's what Becky is thinking,
Mhm.
Right.
you notice something near the entrance to the temple, but you're not able to tell what it is, or to the entrance of this area, but you're not able to tell what it is from this angle. It seems to be embedded in the rock face.
We should observe our surroundings.
Okay.
I've been trying.
Why are you letting us do things?
I guess she'll bank hard and head towards the entrance again.
Okay. So let me move you guys back towards the entrance.
Those D20s have forsaken me.
So you bank and you pull up next to the entrance, and now the cliff that was kind of overhanging this is now below or above your eye level. You can see there is an inscription embedded into a stone tablet near the door itself.
Okay. Is it in Common, Draconic, Leonin, or Primordial?
It is in Primordial.
Yeah, I read it.
Alright. So, it says, I am something which cannot be seen, measured by the seeds of tomorrow. I help the gulls stay in the air, and I'm what helps ships sail.
Okay, you're the fucking wind. So say that one more time.
As you say the wind, the
Uh,
stone tablet recedes back into the rock face, and you see now as 4 green orbs appear in front of you.
oh, I call everyone over there to get these orbs.
Alright.
There's only 4. What do we do?
Well, only 4 of us don't have wings.
Oh my gosh!
Everyone without wings grab one of these things. I don't know if it makes you fly, but let's find out.
So these orbs, when they came up, they were in kind of a diamond pattern, if you will. Who is grabbing we'll say the nearest orb to you?
I guess I can grab the first one.
Milos? Alright. So as you grab the green orb, there is a storm that's brewing inside of this orb. And as you hold it up to the light, you can see that the wind in this orb is pushing towards you.
Okay. Can I look at the other 3 orbs and see if they're also pushing in a specific direction?
They aren't as they rest here in the pedestal.
I'll grab one.
Which one? Like I said, they're in a diamond shape. Milos has grabbed the one closest to you.
At the bottom, right?
Right, and then one at the far back.
I'll just grab the right one.
Right one? So as you do, you pick it up and the wind starts to gust inside of this orb. And as you pick it up, it blows to your right.
Well, this one seems to be pushed towards my right.
Maybe, okay, I'm having a brain moment.
Oh?
Okay? Maybe there are like slots in each cardinal direction in the room where you put the orb to make the wind stop or something.
So maybe we want them all to point to the same. So the one I have, the one that pushes towards me, should be at the top, and then the one that's pushing to the right should be on the left.
We want them to point in?
No, we want them to point away.
I don't know.
I'm going to look around this platform to see if there's a place to insert one of these orbs.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Do a different die. One that won't disappoint.
After all those
Natural 20?
Oh, there we go.
It's the second one you've had today.
I know.
So immediately, where the party had gone over to, there is a rock formation that normally nobody would have paid any mind to, but it's in the middle of the platform to the northeast. So you also see one just a few feet away from you to the north.
Okay. Hey, bring all of them over here.
Okay.
So who's grabbing the one on the left?
I'll grab it.
Okay. As you grab it, the storm begins to whip inside, and it pushes to your left.
I got lefty.
Who's grabbing the last orb? People.
Yeah.
I'll grab it. Okay. As you pick it up, Asher, the wind whips to the front of you, and Becky calls you over to which platform, Becky? There's one to the north and one to the northeast.
Let's see. Okay, so
Just a few feet from Din, there on the map.
right. And do I see another, like, I guess I'll say, like, here, if we put one of these rocks in this alcove, maybe it will blow us over to the north platform.
Makes as much sense. I guess with that, Asher, your orb here would make sense.
His is pushing to the south.
Oh, to the south. Okay.
Is it to the front?
Of when you were facing it. It was embedded into the north side of the rock. So
Mine would be north, so I'll put mine in.
Yeah.
So, Milos, as you put your orb into the north, you feel this sudden rush of magical energy around you, and you see now that underneath you a small wind is starting to whip up at your feet, and there is a push, and you are lifted off of your feet, and you are pushed up, and you land on the platform to your north.
Oh,
Bye.
whoa! I'm sure I'm like tumbling, very uneasy about all of this.
I think I'll yell over to him. Is there another place to put a rock?
I try and find another place to put a rock.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an investigation.
Natural 20.
Hey, there you go. So there are actually two platforms or two pedestals here as well. You can either place one in the northwest or the northeast of this island.
So there or there, essentially.
Correct.
So if we keep using the north one, then we should keep going in this direction, assuming this is where we want to go, right?
How did you connect your thing?
This-
Is that wind tunnel that he rode up there still there?
It's still there. The orb is still in the platform.
Yeah, we can only take one. So
Well, people can fly. I mean, we can have everyone go, and then someone can grab it and fly
I
over.
think we're gonna have to use all four of them in a certain order to get over to the area we need to go to.
So yeah, I'm going to.
Maybe not.
You're hopping into the area. So, yeah, I mean, with a gust of wind, you are also pushed up there, Marquise.
Yo, I'm gonna jump. Just keep going.
Just jumping.
Yo, on that.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
God.
I was like, you're just gonna beat your head against this. Okay.
I would do it.
I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow too.
Okay. So Din and Ellie make it over.
You said one was over to the northwest.
Northeast
Or
and then
north.
just north of where you're
Okay,
at.
so just north and then northeast.
Mhm.
We should go to the other one.
The northeast, yeah. Are we gonna go north or are we gonna go east is the question.
We would be going east.
Where on the map did we see the crystal?
At the far north end.
So we want to go east and then perhaps go west on this one. And then, but we'll still have to go north in some fashion. We won't want to go south in any direction, right?
Because yours is south, right?
Like, it doesn't make sense for us to want to go south if we're trying to go north this entire time. Mm-hmm.
Becky, are you you hopping over as well?
I'm thinking.
Asher?
I guess I'll hop over with the rest of them.
Okay. Asher, are you?
How would I get back? Is it like, how would I get back?
So
You can always fall.
there is a wind tunnel here on this side as well that you guys are landing in, so it's not that rough as you land. So figure that it would probably take you back in the direction that you came.
Okay, so we have a return, but I'm sure if we move that crystal, we're not going to be able
We're
to
not
come
gonna
back.
be able to remove that crystal because then we won't be able to bring it over here. The crystal has to stay where it is.
And
I think we have to use all four of them.
You're not going to be able to fly. We've already tried that a few times.
Were there two? Were there two at the start here? One was over here, right?
Yeah, I think so. We had the choice between this island or that.
So if
Wait, there was a second pedal?
Yes.
on the first island?
I'm almost thinking like maybe we need to like have two groups with different rocks in each group, and like we meet on different islands and then trade rock to like get to where we. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, maybe we have to go to this island, go south to get the north rock, and reuse the north rock. Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Okay, so why don't we put the east rock at the far side of this one so we can get to this island that's over, and then we can backtrack using the south rock potentially to take the north rock back.
Yeah, sure.
Asher, are you?
Yeah, he would probably follow the other one there.
Okay. Just seeing what you were doing, if you had something else in mind. So you guys are going over to the eastern side of this island and placing in which direction? Stone. You've used
West,
north.
West,
You have
north.
west,
West,
east,
south,
and south.
I think we should use the east one.
Yeah, I think your plan's fine. Let's do that.
Alright. So you place in the easterly wind. Again, the wind whips at your feet. And I'm assuming Milos is going first? Or who has...
I don't have the east
Oh, yeah,
one.
who has
I'm
east?
trying to think. Was that me then?
Yes. Yeah. It would have been you, Marquise.
Yeah.
Because you took the left one, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So then I will hop in.
All right. So, with a flash of wind, Marquise is taken over to this island here. Again, there is a small burst of wind here as well that you suppose would probably take you back to your former location.
As soon as I land, I'm going to look to see if I can find places.
Roll me an investigation.
That is a 22.
All right. So, there is a pedestal to your south and one to your north.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's do the south one.
Yeah. I'll wait. That would be because
Ash.
Yeah. So wait. Yeah. So then I'll wait for everyone, and then once Asher gets over, I'll tell him, hey, I think this is play.
Let's follow.
Yes, let's follow.
All right. Move you all over.
Sure.
And Asher, you're placing your southern wind in that pedestal. All right.
The rest of you go towards that other pedestal. I'll follow Asher, just in case there's anything else.
Okay.
Good. So Asher, as you place your stone in this pedestal, again, wind whips up and drops you back on the island that you came from. And Marquise, you follow suit?
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna go. I'll go grab the stone or attempt to grab it.
Okay. So yeah, you go over and you place your hand upon the stone, and it pulls out of the pedestal, and both connections on either side of the island disappear.
Well, the good news is this was uneventful. I was expecting something to happen. I suppose we can head back then.
Okay. So you're taking it back, going back up here.
I
that's west.
something
Yeah.
to attack, and I was like, I don't want.
Where's the west, the pedestal up here? Can we use it to go west to this island then?
So yeah, I mean it's where you landed, and it's pointing north. So pretty sure it would take you to that island to the north of you there,
Which island?
the one in the middle. That
We
was
put the
pink.
west one in?
Yep.
Okay, I have the west one.
All right. So you place the west stone in, and you are jettisoned.
I
Into the
forgot
air.
that was going to happen, and then so she said when it happened.
Sudden.
Jesus.
And Ellie is booted up to the next platform.
I get to look around for more teleporter pods.
Are the rest of you following suit?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Can I look to see if there are more of those things?
You certainly may.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation.
My investigation is +1. Okay, real good skill. 9.
It's really hard to tell the pedestals from the regular rocks here.
They all just look like rocks, guys.
As you are all on this island, you hear a shriek from above. And you hear Garuda say, "No, Father." And she holds her hands up, and this wind begins to whip underneath the island that you are on. And the island starts to spin.
Oh, I'm gonna get dizzy.
It starts to spin with such a force that you begin to slip. You get pulled from the center of the island as a centrifugal force begins to pull at you and almost pull you off the island. How are you keeping yourselves anchored?
I grab a rock. What
Claws?
is attached?
Claws?
Asher's just
I think Becky pulls out her dagger and tries to sink it into the ground, along with her wings, are like the point of the wing, kind of the bat wings that are clawing in.
All right. Marquise?
She's going to be broke her bones.
I'm gonna use my quarterstaff to lodge in on these rocks.
Try to wedge him in between two rocks. Then?
She's just going to.
I jump.
I just jump.
Yeah. Well, hold on with nothing. Let's go.
Okay. So everybody.
Din just floats above the island while it's spinning like this, like watching it spin underneath her.
Everybody.
Two idiots. One of them jump in the air. I don't know this one.
Everybody but Ellie and Din, you can make your athletics checks with advantage. You are doing straight rolls yourselves. Mm-hmm.
Can Poppy grab onto my coattails and dig her claws into the ground?
Poppy can grab onto you.
Oh, good.
Natural 1.
4. I grab the
Yeah,
rock.
14.
It's not attached to me, and the rock starts sliding, and I'm like, what's going on?
Becky, what did you say?
14.
14. Milos?
20, dirty.
All right. Marquise?
19. Dirty.
Oh. Asher?
It would be.
All right. So the rest of you have a firm grip from what you're using to keep yourself stationed here on the island. Ellie, however, is slipping from the rock, and suddenly she...
I'm holding Poppy. I grab Poppy.
And Poppy's like trying to grab the island before you yank her off of the island as well. And you see now as the island starts to slowly like come to a halt, and you're
There's
like,
a stone. Someone needs to go get it.
what?
No, I don't. I put my stone to get to this island.
you did.
Ellie, you are back at the beginning of the trials,
Well, at least there's a path.
and you take
No, it's
8
not.
bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Bitch.
We took the one stone.
Well, we took the north stone, but she
Oh,
can still
okay.
take the south stone.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Ow!
As you and Poppy fall. Well, Poppy also takes 8 bludgeoning damage as well, since you
Wow.
yanked her along.
She's fine. She hasn't taken,
on you.
she hasn't taken any damage. No, Poppy didn't take any damage. I was holding her.
Hmm?
I protected her with my body. I imagine I, like, hit my back with her on top of me.
No, you just managed to make it worse. So 8 bludgeoning damage to Poppy.
Poppy, we gotta go back now.
She's kind of making that.
Don't puke on me. Don't do it. You can't even puke. You don't eat.
Little fake glitter.
This is never gonna come out.
Well, as it's slowed.
Oh, but I might puke.
Can I? I want to get my bearings and see if I can find that pedestal.
Go ahead and roll me investigation.
I'm gonna slowly make my way back to them.
This reminds me of that bed
Oh.
that we did the exact same thing. We're spinning around.
14.
You find the pedestals. There's one to the north, to the west, to the east, and to the south. The one that would have brought Ellie back to this island, were it still in its general location, is now situated to the south.
You hear a message in your head. Hey, the thing's gone. Wait, no. The teleporter, I put my thing in on this island, so it would still be going west.
You would land in a different location.
But I would land in a different location.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where am I? Where am I? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, where'd I go? Nobody knows. Bye, Ellie.
So, where...
Ellie,
So the east is now south?
Hmm? Yes.
Okay. So you would land on, well, the prior north.
So where's Ellie now?
Well, you should be.
I'm underneath them?
You're on the south side of the
Oh, I'm still on their island?
island.
Okay, so I'm south, but I was west. So we need...
So do you need the east or the west pushing
We would
one?
need east to go that way. Milos
Okay.
said that, right? But you can't hear the message, right?
So we need the east to go north?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So the one that we use here to get over, we will have to go back and get.
Which one was east?
Which isn't a big deal. We just have to make our way back.
I'll go get it. I'm on our way. I'll run
I'm
back.
gonna
Okay.
put the north stone in, just to be like, well, how, we don't know for sure.
But you'll have to make sure to get the south one from here so you can get back here.
No. Because this should go directly over, right?
Yeah, but if you're getting the east one, then you'll need a way back.
Oh, you're right.
I'm gonna plant the north stone in.
In which pedestal?
So it would be, well, it would be the east because the east is currently facing north.
Wait, you forgot the North Stone. So if we find a way to put the North Stone somewhere that will take us south, then we can get the East Stone.
Oh, you're right.
But how do we know that the direction of the island is what matters? It could just be that this will blow us north no matter what. You just put it in. So I would go to what is now the north of the island, or priorly the east.
So as the island is right now, where it's settled now, you're going to the north of the island.
Yeah,
Okay, so on the map, you move up to the north. There is a pedestal there,
I'll put it in and see what happens.
the North Stone. Go ahead and make me a strength saving throw.
Well, that's not a good sign.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. That's a good sign. Totally fine.
It don't fit. Force it in.
Jamming that square into the triangle slot.
Saving throw?
Yes.
9.
9. All right. So you go to place this stone in this petal, this north wind stone into this petal, and as you do, it's almost magnetic as you are pushing the stone in, but like north meets north. As you try to force the stone in, there is this explosion of air, and you take 5 bludgeoning damage as this wind forces you south right back into Din. Din, go ahead and make me we'll say an athletics check.
The thing every time they try to flung at me.
Yeah, we'll make it a thing. We'll make it a theme.
Oh, perfect. Stuff like it.
Yep.
It's gonna be bad.
Uh-oh.
9.
9. So Marquise comes flying back into you, almost like that kobold that was pitched at you in Titan's trial. And you are like, all right, I'm going to catch him. And you plant your feet and you forget that you're pretty small, even though Marquise is not that big, but bigger than you are.
Yeah.
And you're right at the edge of this island. So he pushes back into you, and you try to catch him, but your feet slip off of the island. Asher, since you're closest, I will allow you to attempt to save Din from this any way that you deem possible. You just try to reach out and grab her, or...
Yeah, I would probably just try to snatch her up.
Alright, go ahead and make me a strength check.
Strength check.
Mm-hmm. Just add your strength modifier to your roll.
5. That was a natural 1.
So, as you try to reach out and grab Din, you grab her by the wings, and it's completely by accident, but like her initial reaction is to not let people touch her wings, so she kind of flutters off of you a little bit, and she starts to fall. And just like Ellie earlier, it's not bad. You appear Din back at the entrance as you fall face flat, and you take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Wait, I didn't fall off?
You didn't fall off because Din saved you from falling, but you like bumped her off the island.
Wow.
Did you seriously try and catch me?
Wow. That was rude. Also, we told you not to put that stone there.
I would like to point out that no one actually knows what's going on.
I'm the summoner here. I know exactly what's going on. You don't listen to me.
Yeah.
That's not even... That's father's fucking...
You told me to be confident.
Well,
That's not confident.
well, here. Yeah, wrong.
We'll keep working on it.
Okay, so that... We want to go...
So Din, I'm supposing you're following Ellie's path back to...
If there's a clear pathway.
So,
Yeah.
we put them north.
Where's the old...
thing
It's still lit.
Where was the
On the
north
east
of the
side.
island before it moved?
Would it blows?
Huh?
No, it's fine. We'll go back to the
Yeah, the one who just did the south thing.
east island, grab the south stone, come back to this island.
Yeah, but we have to have a way to get back to this island if we grab the stone, because there isn't enough stone there anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, on this middle island we're on,
Mm-hmm.
how many pedestals are there? Is there one for each cardinal direction, essentially?
Yep, there are 4 pedestals.
Oh wait, you have the North Stone,
Okay.
right?
Is the North Stone still here?
Yes, Marquise actually still has it.
Okay,
He tried to
Okay.
put it in the north pedestal.
okay, I have an idea.
Can I see that, please, Marquis?
Okay.
So, I want to go to the pedestal that is cardinal direction
Yeah,
east
she has wings. She never got a stone.
and find the pedestal there
Okay.
and try inserting the rock into that.
Into the east.
Yep, the north into the east pedestal.
All right. As you place that into that particular pedestal, Becky, you are swept up to the northern island.
Oh.
It rotated, guys!
Okay. That was actually what I was going to do next, but
Nope, Becky saved the day. I jump into the...
Name of the episode, Becky saved the day.
She did it twice.
She's making it save the day a few times, and she thinks that she's edgy.
She's the mother.
Still am, bitch.
All right, so I'm assuming you all follow along. As you follow along, you hear the bursting of wind, and you hear in your minds that same voice, those two same voices, going at the same time, saying, do not interrupt the trial between a summoner and her guardians. And you look above you, and you see as Sharada and Suparna now are flying and attempting to restrain Garuda, but she is much bigger, combating them, and you see as she takes two of these pustule pockets on her shoulders and flings them into the faces of Suparna and Sharada and forces them down to the ground, and they land on the island that you're on, and...
You might be in danger.
Oh, actually, we heard
them.
that.
What's that?
We heard.
Hey, Asher's mom, could you
Hey.
do to the crystal whatever you were going to do, please, quick now?
I've never done it to
Go!
summons before.
But you know what? Try.
Okay.
Oh wow, yeah. See, you're catching on.
So,
I can be brave. Hey,
This is good.
I can be brave. Thank you.
you all are moving to the northern island. Alexi and Alexis are also following your clues. They've kind of been staying behind. They're children, so they are attempting to support, but they don't know what to do. You know, they don't quite have the know-how in this particular plane, so they're letting you go along. So you all see as these pustule pockets envelop Suparna and Sharada, and Juniper tries to go over, and she starts... which one are you guys telling her to go to?
The right one.
Yeah, sure.
Sharada?
Oh.
Okay. So she begins to attempt to pull the corruption from this. That's where we'll take our break.
That's where we'll end this episode.
That
Yeah,
one!
That's where we'll end the episode.
We'll see you next
We'll see you-
week.
We'll see you
You
guys
know, and
next
you know
time.
what? I don't feel like doing laundry, so I will be wearing this next week.
Breaking the illusion. Alright guys, see you next episode.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Campaigns of the Plains channel. Catch new material every Friday on YouTube, and make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.